welcome back to my channel. So now that I finally unlocked terraforming, I'm going to be showing you guys how I built my entrance on Milkywave. And I feel like I always start with the entrance because it kind of sets the mood for the island. So I'm just going to go ahead and get into it. So first I showed you guys how much space I'm working with, just so you guys know how far my airport is from resident services. And then of course I'm getting into my island designer app, the usual. So the first custom code I'm going to be inserting in here, and I will also have all the custom codes in my card. I'll be adding the new ones to my card, which will be in the description. So this is basically just supposed to look kind of like a lacy welcome mat. I don't know, I thought it was cute, and a lot of people are using custom rugs now. And then here you can see I'm just placing down the sand path just to sort of lead the entrance to where it needs to go. And then I placed down these wedding flower stands on each side, just because I feel like I'm going to be using a lot of wedding items, and this island in general is just going to have a lot of wedding vibes, just because I feel like it goes really well with the theme. So there's going to be a lot of builds in relation to that. But now you can see I'm just terraforming these cliffs just to sort of get the shape of what my entrance is going to look like. So basically my plan is that I'm going to be building a sort of shape for the entrance, and then I'm gonna have 2 ramps going up to the second level, because I think most things on my island this time around will be on the second level, and I just want to have a really cool layout. And yeah, and then of course Blanche had something really important to tell me, which of course was an accusation, but it's okay, we still love her. But back to business, guys. This took me so long. This is sped up so much. I heavily edit these speed builds, just so you know. These definitely take me a lot longer than they probably should, but it's okay. This other custom code is like these white bricks with kind of like leaves on them. I don't really know how to explain it. It's super cute, and I'm going to be using this path a lot around my island. So this is what I'm using over the sand, just to make it look really cute and aesthetic. I don't know, I thought it was cute. And I'm also going to be using the white bricks without the leaves throughout the path, just to make it look more natural. But as you can see, I'm just filling in this whole area with sand, and then I went ahead and filled the rest of the area with these white bricks. And then I decided that there was not enough room and it was really crowded, so I started expanding these cliffs because I wanted to use the hedge fencing, and there was literally no room for anything. So I went ahead and tried to make it just a little bit more spacious, and you'll see that I continue doing this throughout the video just because there was a lot of trial and error, so I'm trying to show it a little bit more sped up. So now I'm just taking the hedge fencing and I'm just lining it. I thought it looked really cute and very elegant, and there's gonna be a lot of elegant stuff on this island too. So even though this is still tropicore, I wanted to do something very different with this island. The next thing I'm doing is I'm placing these log stakes they're customized in the color white birch, and I'm basically using them as sort of like tiny fencing. I thought they looked cute, and I might even be using them for one of my bridges in future builds. I don't know, I feel like I don't see them being used that often as fencing, so I wanted to sort of try it out. And then here I'm placing the wedding arch behind the log stakes, and then I just continued filling in the area with the white bricks, which took forever. This is like sped up 400%, and it's still, I don't know, maybe I was just really slow, and I just wanted to make sure I got everything right in this build. So Okay, so next I placed a white piano in the corner. I just thought it looked really cute with the theme, and I also had a white piano bench. These are items that I transferred from my old island, of course, because I had like nothing here up until then. And then I'm placing this white fountain in the middle, and then this is where I realized I need to create a lot more room. So your girl kind of went into panic mode, and I started just completely tearing the cliffs down and just kind of expanding them a lot more, all the way out in front of resident services, just because I wanted there to be more walking room and more room for just decorations in general for the entrance, but I also didn't want to take up too much room. And then here you can see I'm just expanding the path as well and just adding the white bricks where they need to be. I swear the pathing and the cliffs, the terraforming just took forever, and it had been so long since I last terraformed. I am not gonna lie, I wasn't sure how this was gonna turn out. So then I replaced all the items that I had before and tried to center everything and use the room I had the best to my ability. And then here you can just see I'm expanding the cliffs again. These are actually going to be expanded out a lot more than this, but since I'm just working on the entrance for today, I didn't do a ton with them, but basically this is where my ramps are gonna go, my inclines and whatnot. And then here you can see I am adding my inclines, so I added a white plank ramp on each side. I tried to make it as symmetrical as I could, so yeah, I paid it all off, time traveled, did all that. And I think they look really cute, and I think they're gonna be really nice to kind of get the layout going for this island. And then up here, this is where I was working on the entrance again. I was just working on little cliffs to have right next to the entrance so I could put tiny little waterfalls. I also placed this, I think they're called the Valiant statues. I don't know if it's Valiant or Valiant, but I wanted to incorporate them in this entrance, but I felt like you couldn't see them very well on top, so you'll see that I exchanged them with white lighthouses later on, but for now you can just see that I placed a palm tree, I waterscaped a little bit, and I'm just kind of trying to get the layout to look right at this point. And then now I'm doing the exact same thing on the other side. I'm trying to kind of create these little cliffs and have tiny little waterfalls. I didn't do a ton of waterscaping on my entrance just because I kept it more simple. And I was trying not to make it look exactly like the entrance I had on my last island. So I changed things up a bit. And then here you'll see that I'm redoing the cliffs because I wanted them once again to be symmetrical. And then of course I placed the palm trees. And now I'm just grabbing a bunch of white lilies because I'm going to be using a bunch of white flowers on this island just because this island's color scheme is mostly going to be whites, creams, and neutrals. So luckily there's no hybrids and it's pretty easy to get white flowers, so I feel like it won't be a problem on this island. And then I'm just going ahead and planting them all by the entrance up where you can see them. And then this is the part where I replaced the statue. I wanted to see how the wind turbines looked, but I ended up going with the white lighthouses instead just because I liked the look of them better. So again, I did this on both sides, tried to keep everything mostly symmetrical. And then I placed the Valiant statues down there instead. I think they're so cute and so perfect. I feel like these statues are so perfect for this island. They're just such perfect statues for this island. And then of course I placed the wedding arch again because I still want to keep that whole theme going there, and I made sure the cliffs were curved on the edges. And then here I placed the nuptial, I don't know how to pronounce it, I think it's nuptial bell. So I placed it on each side. This is one of the new wedding item update items and I think it's so pretty. It's such a pretty item, but just to warn you guys, it does take up a lot of space, so make sure you have space to actually place it down. And then here I tried out some benches. I tried the wedding bench and I thought it looked cute, but I actually ended up switching it out with the iron garden bench instead, just because I felt like it fit a little bit better. And then here you'll see that I placed down the sand path all over these little these cliffs here, just because in the next part you'll see I placed another custom, which I will have inserted per usual. So this is basically like a white sand path code, and I don't know, I just really like the look of it, and I feel like it's the sand path I'm going to be using regularly on this island. And then of course I replaced the nuptial bells. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, I really don't know how to pronounce it, I'm sorry. And then I placed 2 white decoy ducks here, and basically I just ended up placing them facing each other, kind of making a little heart. Like I said, this island screams wedding vibes, and I think it's really cute, and I don't know, I really like it. I'm just going with it at this point, so yeah. And then after that, I just wanted to make sure everything was placed. I ended up placing the wind turbines on those little cliffs next to the ducks. I thought they looked cute there. I might end up moving them in the future. And then I also placed a monstera plant because I want a lot of botanical aspects on this island too, so I feel like I'm going to be using a lot of plants on this island. And yeah, this is why I feel like building an entrance helps me sort of plan out my island. But overall, that was pretty much what I did for this build. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, I cut out a lot from this because this took me so long, and I just didn't want to leave a bunch of boring parts in it for you guys to sit through. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope this inspires you if you are looking to do a new theme or you wanting to build your entrance. And if you watched all the way through, I really appreciate it. Like I said, I did a lot of heavy editing because this definitely took me a few hours, just because I'm not the best at building and designing, and I kind of just did this all on the spot. I had an idea of what I wanted to do in my head, but I'm not very good at like island planning, so this is what I did. I might end up making a few changes, and like I said, I'm gonna add a lot more tropical aspects to the island. Also, I want to shout out my members, Ta, Coral, Lucy. Thank you so much for all of your extra support and becoming part of the Peep Squad. I really appreciate it. And for those of you who may have just stumbled across my channel and you enjoy my content, definitely consider liking and subscribing because it helps me a lot. Also, I upload on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, and I live stream twice a week, Mondays at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you ever get a chance to come by and chat, I would love to have you. And we also have a Discord, which is always in the link. You are free to join that. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in my next video. Bye!